So I just kind of wanted to come on here today and urge people to vote, to get people to go out there and show up to the polls. This is a very important election, and I know that gets thrown around a lot, and people say that a lot. Actually, every election is important. I don't think I've ever, in my lifetime, I've lived in a period in this country where an election wasn't important for me and for my community. And so, as it may feel like a cliche to some, for a lot of us, our fates do hang in the balance a lot of the time when it comes to electing our next leaders. And I say leaders plurally because people tend to focus on the presidential aspect of these races, but on my ballot alone here in my city, there's going to be 21 propositions that we will have to weigh in on as citizens. We'll be electing judges. We'll be electing state representatives, as you know, as well as federal ones. So this um, race or this election is about so much more than just Trump and Kamala. It's about so much more than you're this kind of person if you vote for them, and or at all. Honestly, there's been just so much division, of course, and even infighting. I would say to a degree, as someone who empathizes and sympathizes with what's happening in Gaza right now, and desiring to free Palestine. It can be a little discouraging to live in this, country where our elected officials appear to not be listening to us, appear to be making um, decisions on our behalf, but not in our actual interests or desires. And I can see that being demoralized, and I can see that making people not want to vote. In fact, there are people who are protesting the vote who are choosing not to for that reason, who are urging others, if we care, that we should also not vote. And I understand the sentiment. I really do. And I do believe that a candidate should earn your vote for sure. But again, um, I would urge people to actually not forego their right to vote if you're eligible, for the simple fact that, again, this is about more than just the presidents. But also on that same note, or rather of speaking about the presidents, I'm not under the illusion that either of these two candidates will save us. I will be voting for Kamala, and if for no other reason than it just gives us an opportunity to really have a fighting chance to continue to organize, to continue to have just a pathway to getting what our desires are, what our interests are, to getting those things met, to getting those things heard. I just don't see that happening with the other party. I don't see that happening under Trump. It could be reduced down to what's happening in our foreign policy. Again, I understand that because it's terrible. It's simply terrible what's happening. And I wish that she could do more than just say that as well. I appreciate her acknowledging it, and I understand that she, doesn't have any say in policy right now, but there needs to be a commitment to really heeding our voices on that, as we've flooded the streets, we've gone onto social media, we have gone to the White House and to our public buildings across this country, in our cities, in our states, and demanded that we cease fire, and demanded that we stop selling weapons and support uh, to this genocide. And it just seems like we're not being heard. And so, again, I do get that, but there are still so many other important things, again, on that ballot, that I just can't completely disregard. Like, these judges are going to be weighing in on cases from people who have to stand before them. They're going to be looking at policies that are going to impact our communities for years to come. So it's like, we don't want to just really, we don't want to be fumbling the bag there. We have the opportunity to shape the landscape on which we're going to be organizing under. We have an opportunity to shape the landscape on which we're going to be civically engaging under. If you choose not to select the people that you're going to be facing, the people you're going to be trying to convince, the people you're going to be dealing with, and expect to somehow, I don't know, make progress, I don't see how that will work personally. And so for that reason, I'm going to be voting. I'm going to be asking others to do the same. Those who are eligible, those who are registered and are able. The November 1st is the last day to vote early in Texas, and then of course the election is on November 5th. So I say do whatever's on your heart, whatever your convictions are. But I mean, I wouldn't be here if I didn't think that it was important. And my desire is that you do express your voice, express your right to participate, and just give us an opportunity to shape our playing field.
Fumble a bag, now I will not fumble a bag. Fumble a bag, now I will not fumble a bag. Act like you know how this goes.